Hello guys, this is Bilal Zafar from Pakistan and this is my Python project for the CS50 Python course. Basically, I have created an online quizzing application that works on Flask framework and it retrieves an API from Trivia using the Python library pytrivia. It uses Flask, HTML, CSS, Jinja 2, JavaScript and different web designing frameworks. So without further ado, let's get straight to the application. So this is the front end, and if you input the starting URL, the index URL, this page appears. You basically get started with the questions. So if you answer the questions, you can only tick one checkbox at a time. This uses JavaScript functionality, and if you keep on submitting the answers, I am inputting random answers here just to showcase the application. Yeah, so it gives you the page that contains your results. So in my case, it's 2 out of 10 that were correct, and I have option to try again. If you press the try again button, you are redirected to the index URL where you can start again. Now coming back to the code, this is the index part that basically initializes and calls the get API function, which fetches the API and also keeps track of the scores and question index using the current session variables. This is the main block of the code that keeps track of the answers that were given by the user, and also it manages the answers that were provided by the API. The API provides 1 correct answers and 3 incorrect answers. So this functions get answers basically shuffles and combines all these answers so that they are not predictable every time. This is the results route that contains the results function. This function showcases the results as you saw in the end. This is the get API functions as discussed before. It initializes the trivia library and fetches questions. By default, it fetches 10, but you can fetch more or less. Later on, I can implement this functionality so the users can choose how many questions they want to answer and input other information so we can keep track of which users answered how many questions. This can be implemented in schools or on a small scale testing area so that people can answer questions and solve problems. This is the get answers question function that I talked about before. This function basically takes the correct answer and the 3 incorrect answers, combines them using the random library, it randomizes them and returns them back to the main functions so further processing can be done. This is basically my whole application, and this is the HTML part. It uses Jinja 2 templating language and shows the question along with all the possible answers so the user can select. This is the JavaScript. This is my results page that contains the results and the return button or the try again button. So this is basically my whole code. Thank you for watching and goodbye.